But let's look at this heavy flooding once again on Wilkinson. This is Sam Wilson. Near Sam Wilson. So standing water there, it is high. You got to watch your speeds in a lot of these places. And Chris Mulcahy now in the Live Impact studio, and it's one of those things too when you're driving really fast, you don't know until you hit it, until you're right in it, you know.
Yeah, and what actually concerns me, the number of incidents that we've seen so far this morning, and I think what's going to happen is because you'll still have that standing water, I think once the rain lightens up, people are going to start to go faster, and then we could have even more incidents. So it's not just a big problem that we're seeing for the near term, but what we were just looking at around Sam Wilson and Wilkinson Boulevard, that's one of the prime flooding spots. We have a lot of low-lying areas that are likely underwater right now, as we're seeing here, and there's also going to be some roads, especially around Uptown and some of those poor drainage areas that are going to have this type of flooding. Now, this is referred to as nuisance flooding because it's not great, especially if you're walking on the side of the road. You're going to get a big splash here. But this is not life-threatening flooding. And the best thing that's happened for us is that we haven't had a lot of thunderstorms embedded in this, actually none at all. If we had that, we would have had this consistent rain and then some rain rates over 2 inches per hour. That would have been the big problem. But here are our rainfall totals that we've seen so far since midnight. We've had over 1.5 inches. That's still substantial, but think about it. We are over 1.5 inches over the last several hours. Sometimes you can get that 1.5 inches within a 15 to 20 minute period. That's where you really have the big time flash flooding. So we're not discounting this. I'm just letting you know this could have been a lot worse if we were a lot warmer, if we had the right setup, because what we've been seeing across the country is events like this that were thunderstorms and rain rates that are double to triple to quadruple this. So that's the only saving grace that we have here. You're still going to deal with a lot of that low-lying flooding, some areas in those creeks that typically swell and overwhelm their banks. That means that certain greenways aren't going to be walkable, some roads aren't going to be passable, and that's especially in the near term because most of the rain that we see is going to be this morning, but now everything's primed. So any additional rain that we see tonight, tomorrow, and going forward is going to lead us to a slightly better flood threat. So I just want everyone to keep that in mind. As far as the other rain totals across the area, this is insane. Wadesboro only has 1/100th of an inch because most of the rain has been in one given spot. So here's a little bit more specifics of Charlotte's rain so far. Check it out. We've had about 1/3 of an inch, 1/2 an inch, and around 1/2 an inch over the last 3 hours. So most of the rain that we've seen has been over the last 3 hours. Before that, it was very, very light rain. Now, what's going to happen in the near term is we're still going to have some passing showers or two. As you can see here, we're still going to have a little bit more of that yellow and orange that'll pass, but it is shifting a little bit further east. So areas like Gastonia and Shelby, you were seeing a lot heavier rain rates earlier. I'm not saying that you won't see them again. I just don't think you're going to see them as persistently, and then they'll work their way a little bit further off towards the east. So areas like Monroe, you're dealing with a lot more rain compared to what you had not too long ago. So let's go over there. Our WCNC roof camera is beautiful. Wow. Yeah.
Gorgeous.
Put it on a brochure. Welcome to Charlotte. You can see nothing, and that just really shows the testament of the rain. Meanwhile, Boone is completely black. That's concerning. No, the camera just dropped off. But Monroe, we can see here that the visibilities are rapidly decreasing. I actually saw a little bit of a brighter overcast sky about an hour ago. That's not the case because now the light to moderate rain is going to be replaced by moderate to heavy rain, so more of those yellows and oranges on the map. Also, I want you to focus in on the left side of your screen. Rockingham's at 72 degrees. Rock Hill, Charlotte at 65 with a rain symbol. Rockingham is just sitting pretty over there. So over in Anson and Richmond County, you barely had any rain. Now, you will have some a little bit later on heading into the late morning and the afternoon, but you're staying dry, and that's why those areas are going to be much warmer. Meanwhile, we're seeing a struggle to even hit 70 degrees today, which is substantial with most of the rain again in the morning. So today isn't just have the umbrella. These are the type of scenarios that having a rain jacket and rain boots is not a ridiculous concept because you already saw what Wilkinson Boulevard looks like. Guaranteed, most parking lots are going to be overwhelmed that you're going to have a wet shoe. Who likes a wet shoe? Nobody.
The worst.
A wet sock in the shoe. Imagine starting your day, 8-hour shift with a wet shoe.
Ugh.
Yeah. Don't be a wet shoe Sam. Yeah, it's gonna be one of those type of days.
Sam.
Yeah. WSS. Nobody wants that. And today actually is going to be more October-like. So not only is it just a wet day, it's also a colder rain. This would be like an October rain, 71 degrees. And honestly, this might be an overestimation. I had 71 just factoring in that, hey, the rain's going to stop late afternoon and we'll get back into the lower 70s. There's a shot that Charlotte's high today is 69 degrees, which would, by the way, be astronomically cool for this day in climatology and this August in general, which, believe it or not, this is actually the coldest high temperature we've had in August since 2014. So it was a week ago that we were talking about, oh, it's been over a decade since we've hit 100 degrees 3 days in a row. No, now I'm saying over a decade since we've been this cold in August. Mother Nature, get it together. What's going on here? So we've had two opposites from really unseasonably cool to unseasonably hot. Now, our Futurecast is also showing that I think the worst of the rain is really going to be over the next 3 hours or so. That pushes off towards the east, and then you notice by about 4 o'clock, we're seeing a lot less rain coverage. And then we might have a chance for redeveloping showers and thunderstorms overnight tonight. These are the ones I would be concerned about, these slow movers that might have some heavier rates. So we have a moderate chance for excessive rainfall today, and then a low chance tomorrow. That also goes through the overnight. So I just want everyone to be advised there is going to be another chance for some area flood advisories and some flash flood warnings overnight tonight as well. But again, we're lucky that it has really been more over time compared to really the heaviest that it potentially could be. This will lead to more light rain tomorrow. It'll be heavy at times, and then I think we start to dissipate things by the afternoon. So our highest rain chances are today, and then again later on tonight. Rain is still likely, especially for the first half of your Wednesday, and then things rapidly improve. So we're going to see those temperatures start to rebound back to the upper 70s, lower to the mid 80s, and then that's a pretty typical looking 7-day forecast for September. Oh, wait, it's August. So even though today feels like October, we're only going to return to more September-like highs. We really don't get back to the usual August, which is upper 80s to that 90-degree point, until like day 9, 10 of the forecast. So that really shows about where we are, what's happening. And this 7-day forecast also has a big question mark. So I'm going to go through the Futurecast one more time to show you the back end. Once you get to about your Thursday here, let me move forward. Oh, that's one. Oh, there we go. Yeah. So once you get to about here, Thursday, we're starting to see some breaks in the action. We don't really have as much activity. But what I'm really monitoring is what happens after this. So what potentially could happen is we have a developing low-pressure system off the coastal areas of North Carolina and South Carolina. Sorry, I'm stalling, trying to get this to come up. 10 to 40% chance for development now. So now that the first column, the next 2 days, is showing that this formation is going to happen, it's going to pique our interest a little bit more. And the reason why I show you this is that our 7-day forecast pretty much had 20% chance for rain for the back end. Now, it does look like things are mainly going to align along the coast. So those people that are maybe having a beach weekend might not be the best beach weekend. Those who might be starting a beach vacation might not be the best start to it. And I'm going to raise my hand over here. But that's the penalty of doing stuff in August. Now, it's not a guarantee that this isn't going to linger. This is going to sit like what we just had. But you do have an active possibility of a system developing right there. Meanwhile, the latter part, I think about 7 days out, we could also have a storm that develops out in the southern to mid-Atlantic, and especially 7 to 10, it could strengthen into another fish storm, so likely not really affecting land. But that one that's a little bit closer to us is one that is definitely worth monitoring. With the amount of rain that we've seen today and will see tonight, even if it's just minor flooding today, anything additional that comes the following days could be an issue. Sometimes it takes flooding to make more flooding. This is that type of scenario. So I just want everyone to kind of be on guard that, especially this time of year, a tropical system developing, even if we have a general idea of it happen, your forecast can change drastically. So just keep that in the back of your head if you have any plans on the back end of the 7-day.
All right.
Okay.
Any plans? Are you going to cancel your beach
Oh
vacation?
heck no. We're there
This is
for
Myrtle, right?
well, yeah, we're there for a week.
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
Yeah,
Good
and-
for
Putt-putt.
you.
You can, you know.
Yeah, no, and I think honestly, if you do have any beach plans by Sunday, it should be a little bit better, starting to clear out. But hey, there's a lot that comes up, and you know the best thing is if there's a wet beach day, like you said, there's so many other things you
There's
can do.
so many
yeah,
other things
that's
to
true.
do in Myrtle.
Looks like there was a CMPD unit now on scene there
wow.
on Wilkinson.
I bet it's just trying to slow people down,
There
right?
you go. Exactly, because everyone is slowing down.
You see blue lights, you slow down.
Right. No doubt, no doubt. I did run into Sarah in the restroom who said that she had a wet shoe
Oh,
because she forgot she didn't realize how bad the parking lot is.
It does get
with
bad.
all of that
It
standing
does.
water. I said, you know what? I do have rain boots, but they're packed. So I know this parking lot.
Mm-hmm.
And I walked in my flip-flops.
Flippy flops.
yeah,
My
very good.
flip-flops as a second,
That's smart.
as an alternative, and brought my dry shoes. So changed the shoes. Once
So
I got
actually,
in.
I said wet shoe Sam. We can use wet shoe Sarah too.
Wet shoe
Wet shoe
Sarah.
Yeah, to
Sarah.
get both sides. Yeah,
Wet
so
shoes
Gonna be-
Sean.
and it actually is the case. Yeah, wet shoe Sean. You pick your S name.
All right, so thank you.
You're welcome.
Chris, we have a lot of rain, but yeah, like you said, just spread over time and no thunderstorms at this point.
Yeah, and that's the thing is it's going to continue to rain. And I'm not saying you're not having flooding, but this is the difference between all the other flooding events that we've talked about. It's not good. There's going to be roads underwater. There will be roads closed. We already have police officers out and about. But this could be a whole lot worse. And there's still a chance that you are going to see this start to amplify a little bit more. But if you're talking about hours of rain this time of year, oddly enough, this is actually the best case scenario for this type of setup.
Oh, okay. All right.